Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today is the second day I'm going to give you a tip that's going to help you greatly improve your life and to overcome some deficiencies. Hi, my name is Ruben, and if you watched my intro video, then you know that last year I had a cataclysmic event in my life that forced me to change everything. Okay, and it was the best thing that ever could have happened to me. Some at the time I thought it was the worst thing, but now I look at it, I realize it was the best. You can find, I talk about it more in there. I don't want to go too much into it, but just real quick, all my life I've suffered from a lot of things. I've had major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety, obsessive tendencies, these such things. And it came to a head last year with something called tinnitus, because a person like that, with the things I had, I lived in my head most of the time. I would create fake worlds in my head all the time, and I would live in them. But they weren't good things like what some author might do that creates something that's interesting. Like here's a book my son's reading, The Night Gardener. Right? It wasn't anything creative like that. Instead, it would be negative things like just OCD looping over events that are already happening, reimagining them. What if I said this? What if I said that? Things that literally happened, maybe yesterday or 20 years ago, and I would just replay it over and over. Okay, I had that type of thinking. It was very negative. I look back now. I hate to say it, but the majority of my thinking was negative, and it was awful. I'm not in that place anymore, thank God. I'm very happy for that. But when you're there, you have to get out of it, and it's very hard to do. And so those are the tips I'm giving you. The other day, I gave you a tip of how to introduce small bits of mindfulness into your day. If you were like me, you couldn't even meditate for a minute. But could you just be mindful while you wash your hands? Probably, for that 10, 15 seconds. Well, today, I'm going to teach you a way that when you have intrusive thoughts into your head, crazy intrusive thoughts that make you feel bad, and which you shouldn't because you're not your thoughts, but that's for later. Let's just focus on this. When you have intrusive thoughts, or when you have OCD, fall into the OCD loop of just the broken record repeating over and over in your head, how can we stop that? We're going to learn how to do that. And it's very simple. Basically, you're just going to find a mantra, and a mantra is anything positive that you personally like. So a really easy one for me that I used was, every day and in every single way, I'm getting better and better. And it was because I knew I had to get better. I was on a path and a quest to get better. So I made sure that my mantra has something to do with that. And also, from what I hear, this is a very common mantra. Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better. And so then you take this mantra, and in the beginning, what we're going to do is we're going to write it down. And we're going to write it down 10 to 20 times every morning, right? So that shouldn't take you very long. And then you'll set an alarm, and before you go to bed or sometime in the evening, you're going to take out where you wrote it down, maybe on your iPad, or if you got I had a Samsung Galaxy Note, so I just write it on my phone, and I have bring out my phone and I read it. And then you're going to read it back to yourself out loud. And you're going to do that every single day for at least 14 days. And I guarantee if you do that, you're going to start to notice some changes. Okay? Now, truthfully, you're probably going to need to do it a lot longer than that if you want to revolutionize your life like I did, really transform things. But I would say that just in a few weeks, you're going to all of a sudden wake up and say, hey, I have a tool, I know how to use it. It'll make a little difference. It'll make enough difference where you'll be able to say, hey, this is something that will work for me if I keep doing it. It's kind of like going to the gym for 2 weeks and doing something. At first you're like, oh, this isn't doing anything. And then all of a sudden you get just a little bit of gains and you're like, hey, this might actually work. So let's go ahead and let's do the first day together. I'm going to go switch to my iPad right now. And okay, so hopefully this is good. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to write this. Every day and in every single way. Well, we don't have to write single, it's just way, but whatever. I am getting better and better. And again, if you don't like this one, you can just write someone Write something that's personal to you, that you like. The whole thing is that we just want to keep it positive. That's all. Every day and in every way, I am getting better and better. So this is our magic spell to bring change into our life, right? You might say, what is this guy talking about? Well, all we're really doing here, every way I am, all we're really doing here is we're building a new neural pathway with something positive. And so, like I said, I hate to admit this, but if you were like me and literally 95% of your thoughts, I mean, whenever I think about this, I kind of want to bring it, I feel like it makes me short of breath. But 95% of my thoughts were negative. I was just the most negative person. And if you were like that, right, I was always reinforcing those pathways, right, with my thoughts. And so now we got to create some new neural pathways, and we want to put something positive in it. But the way that you do stuff like this is you have to do it over and over. It's just like learning to hit a tennis ball. It's like learning to shoot a basketball. You can't just do it once. You have to do repetition. And as you do that, your brain will start to cement it in there. It will lock it in. And I do apologize for my terrible handwriting. Okay, how many we got there? Oh, sorry, those are from a previous one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I did this video before and I realized I was not recording. But it doesn't matter to me because I don't mind writing this. Better. Every day and in every single way, I am getting better and better. Every day and in every single way, I am getting better and better. I think that's 10. Okay, so you're going to do that. You can do it 10 times. You can do it 20 times. Probably just start off with 10. That way you'll have a higher chance of doing it every single day. And before you go to bed, just take wherever you read this from and go ahead and read it again, right? And when you read it out loud. And when you read it, maybe try to attach some emotion to it. So let's just say that's bonus points. Can you attach emotion to this? If you do repetition will just absolutely work. It absolutely will. But it's going to take more of it. If you look at in your brain and you think about the memories you have that are most vivid, they probably have emotional content added to them. And so when you do this, if you can really feel it, okay? And I know for me in the beginning, I couldn't feel anything. I was just coming out of a severe depression, episode. But if you can, start attaching emotional content to it, where you really feel it, you feel positive, you feel like this is true, that is going to help build those pathways better, okay, and faster. And so just do this every single day right here. And extra bonus points, at least for 14 days. Extra bonus points, okay, would be if you are like me and you get into those obsessive loops with thinking, right, where you just start getting on a topic and you can't get off, you're just looping on it. And I know it's super hard to be mindful when you do that. But if you get into that and you can be mindful enough to remember this, try saying your mantra, okay? So if you just start thinking of something ridiculous, right? Or you have some intrusive thought that's coming in and trying to make you feel bad, your mind's trying to sabotage you, right? In whatever way, if you can remember, just say this. Say it over and over and over again until those thoughts go away. And if they don't go away, just keep saying it. And guess what? Eventually they will. Now I know that it's going to be very hard to remember to do that. So I'm not saying don't feel bad if you miss a time. But just try it once. If you can even do it once, that's one victory you have. That's a little bit more of mindfulness that you have. That's a little bit more positivity that you're introducing to your life, okay? So that's really all I got for you. Everybody, if you made it this far, if anybody wants to do this with me every single day, if you are like, hey, I want to do this, but I need help, you know, and I mean, not help like, oh, I don't know how to do it, but just help like, hey, things are done better in groups. I understand. I will create a live stream, let me know, and I will live stream myself writing this every day, and you can join in. Maybe we could even do like, I think Google Chat has the ability to like just have a chat with people, and we could do this, and we could live stream it straight to YouTube for other people too. So anyways, I'm there for you. If you want to do this, just let me know. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave them down below. And I hope all of you have a great day.